Hey, join us for a typical weekday morning with me and my kids. This morning, unfortunately, got started a little bit early. My son got up while I was still working out and getting ready for the day. So my husband got him set up with breakfast, and then I came down. This Bible, I've shared this before, he is loving it. So we usually read a story, or he listens to his Tony box while we eat breakfast. This morning he wanted to read some of the Bible, so I read that while he ate his breakfast, and we waited for my daughter to get up.
And God was pleased with Abel's offering.
My daughter apparently wanted to sleep in today, so I got started on cleaning up the kitchen a little bit while my son played in the toy room. It is a shock that he was playing by himself, but we're not going to jinx it. We're just going to do a quick cleanup before my daughter gets up. Does anyone else love this Dawn spray? I am obsessed with it. I love it. It gets anything off the counters super easy. Then I decided to make myself some breakfast. I am loving bagels right now, and these Cara oranges, if you have not had them yet, they are the most delicious oranges I've had, and they seem to consistently be like good and sweet, not sour. I've gotten them at Aldi and Costco and been delicious from both places.
Mom, can you get this one? Because it's just literally slid right out of my wall.
After breakfast, I took my vitamins, my prenatal. I also took a vitamin B12 because mine's low, and I always take a probiotic just to help with all the GI symptoms from being pregnant. Ritual's been my favorite brand for both the probiotic and the prenatals. They have like a minty flavor. You can get them in some different flavors. You just go down a little bit easier.
Robots come in all different
second
shapes and
breakfast
sizes.
Second book.
The largest walking
my
robot
sweet
is
husband
26
folding the
feet,
laundry.
10
In our
inches
house, we
high.
split it up, so he does the laundry most of the time. My daughter's breakfast, she's an avocado girl, so she has avocado toast almost every morning. And I usually do her hair while she is eating breakfast, because otherwise she tries to run around if we are not sitting up in a chair where she can't get down easily.
We can do one exercise.
Then it was time to start some school, our unit
right now your
study,
flashlight's not on.
science, kind of what we're working on this week. We're doing plants, so we usually do the same kind of science topics for about a week or so, and just sprinkle those in, usually with different activities or reading a book. This book is really fun. You can see, you can use the flashlight to kind of see what's behind it.
Oh, okay.
No, wait.
Then on to some letter practice. We've been using the Writing Without Tears. This is like the pre-K or Kickstart kindergarten, so we just do a couple letters a day. Since my son is only 4, we have a hard time sitting for a long time, which is very typical for 4-year-olds. So I set up a little obstacle course, and he had his words that he's been working on reading. We use the Logic of English as our English curriculum. So this was one of the options of a game to do today. So he did that, and had to read me each one before he stepped across. And then, of course, my daughter had to try out the obstacle course as well. After, he wanted to take a complete school break, which, again, is fine. We have to split up our day. We're not in any rush. We just get done what we get done. Yeah. He's only in pre-K. So we made a real obstacle course for around the house, because if you have boys, or even my girl has a lot of energy too, we got to get it out. So this is a great way for us to do this. Then they wanted to do their sensory boxes, the sand. I know people hate these, but my kids will play with them for so long. Okay, we're going to the library, but I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff, the books that the kids really liked this week.
I need to write.
This robot Guinness Book of World Records, it has just all different stuff about robot. My son really liked this one. Piggy and Gerald. This is another one of them. Always a big hit in our house right now. So, loved. This was just a little board book about the weather. Nothing too exciting. Another one, we've been loving these series. There's 3, so we've read the first 2. They're kind of like Magic Treehousey, but more science-based. So my son has really been liking those.
This one, Dozens of Donuts. It was pretty cute. The kids loved this one. We read this one multiple times. Daniel Tiger books, always on repeat with my daughter. Since I'm pregnant, we've been reading books about having baby. One was not my favorite. It was, for my kids, too much wording. Too much. Okay, get down and get it. This book was actually surprisingly fun. It's got like little, just pictures. We could talk about the animals. Some of them had flaps. My daughter really enjoyed this one. Other ones that we've really been liking, my son specifically, are these dragon ones. They're just silly little books. Anything kind of funny and goofy he likes. Other Mo Willems, The Pigeon. We're also loving these right now. Again, he's really liking this silly, goofy book right now. This one was okay. Pancakes. Kids could take or leave that one. And then Spartacus was the other one I really liked this week. It was about a little spider learning how to spin a good web. It was cute. These were okay. We read them once. They didn't go for them again. And so our library, we can also rent like games or check out games. This one my son really liked, Lion in My Way. You build kind of like a little path to your house, and there's different obstacles in the path to your house, and you get little solution cards, and you have to kind of create a solution how you get past the obstacle. Very fun. No winning or losing. You kind of work together as a team to get home. It was a good one. He really liked this. Okay, now we're gonna get packed up and go to the library, although we are having a lot of fighting this morning, so we will see how that goes. But usually once we get out somewhere, we're much better. Just the at-home fighting. So, all right, well, duty calls.
So we typically go to our library once a week. They usually have a class that my older son can go in and do by himself. That's like do a story time or craft, and he really enjoys that. I asked my daughter to take her coat off, and she did. And then she took off her boots as well and would not put them back on. So she just ran around the library without boots. My sister and my nephew usually join us, so we pick out books and let the littles play while my son does his class. It's just a good way for them to be together and for everyone to get some energy out. Then we picked out some more books for the week. We usually go home with about 30 to 40 books, and we read most of those during the week. My kids, as you can see, love to read. Then it was time to get lunchtime set up. When we got home, my son usually eats the peppers. My daughter, we'll see. I always offer it. If she doesn't eat it, that's fine.
Baby, she gets corn. I'm sorry, baby. Mom,
This salad mix is from Costco. It's delicious. I just pour it all together, and then I added some of the chicken nuggets I made the kids for lunch on top. It was easy and really yummy.
Now he said he's a worm.
And yes, in my background, you can hear that my son pretending to be a baby chick that is very upset and wants to eat a worm. We are constantly in pretend play in this house. And my savior, the Tony box. My kids listen to this most meal time so that I can actually sit and eat. It's wonderful.
Baby worm, remember?
And it also keeps them sitting and eating their lunch. So I just put the kids down for a nap. So we're going to have a meeting today at church because I am going to help / be in charge of all the crafts for Vacation Bible School. So I'm going to go meet over at church while the kids are sleeping. Hopefully they stay asleep till I get, well, my son's not sleeping, but hopefully they stay down till I get back because my husband is technically still working. So we're gonna go do that, and I think we're gonna pick up a little coffee before we go. I should have enough time. Since I'm not gonna be able to take my nap, I'm gonna need a little extra caffeine. Well, meeting went great. We planned all 4 of the little crafts for the VBS, so Gotta do a little bit of research on exactly what we're gonna use, but got this all planned. The coffee I had was delicious, but I haven't gotten a specialty coffee really in forever. $8 freaking. That's a lot for coffee. But good news is I still got back with my kids still resting, so instead of cleaning up this mess you see, I'm going to rot on the couch and read my book for a few before they get up, and we'll deal with the mess when they're up. Snack time. The kids are watching a little Daniel Tiger for a minute. We'll eat a snack, and then we gotta run some errands and I guess get the house cleaned back up. You need a napkin? Make sure you subscribe and you're following along to see more of our kind of day-to-day life routine, what we're doing. I also share recipes, kids activity ideas, so just make sure you hit the follow so you don't miss out. The sensor boxes, in case you're wondering, one came from Amazon. It's like a pirate treasure chest one. The other one came in our Kiwi box, and you have to dig for the bones and then put them together on the puzzle. It keeps the kids occupied for a long time. And here, of course, my little helper always has to be near me, so she's helping lightly clean up. My husband got done with work, so I don't have to bring my kids to run this. And my friend is gonna borrow our slumber pod. If you don't have one of these, they are wonderful for travel. They are kind of expensive though. It's like a little blackout tent, so that if you're sharing a room with, especially like little kids, little babies, you can just put this over. It's dark, you can still have the lights on and stuff after they go to sleep. But they're kind of expensive, so I just let my friend borrow them, because obviously we only use it when we travel, so when we're at home it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go drop that off to her, and then we'll come back and get ready for the evening activities.
You wrote
Once
a letter
a week,
about
we
her.
volunteer.
Like, what kind of
we
letter?
work with adults with disabilities that have been our friends for a really long time. We get together for food and fellowship, and then we work on skills for our independent living. Although tonight we didn't do our usual skills and stations, we made cards for a few of our friends that have been sick, and we did some karaoke instead, so just kind of a fun, relaxing night. Okay, I think we're finally, hopefully my son's going to bed. Anyone else, just the bedtime is just so hard. I'm just so tired, and my fuse is so short by the time we get to bedtime. It's just sometimes too much for me, especially when we're having a hard time going to sleep. But I think we're finally asleep, so we will see y'all next time.